I want to debunk a myth about interracial relationships real quick.
All
Okay?
right. Debunk it for us, baby.
Let me debunk it.
Give us the cold hard truth.
I got you right here. So, sometimes we receive some negative comments about interracial relationships, which is fine. Which is fine because everybody has an opinion. Don't bother me none, okay? And it don't bother you either.
No.
Whatever.
Unbothered.
Opinion.
But you can have an opinion.
Yeah. So what? But a lot of the times we see comments from people saying they don't like interracial relationships because it makes the Black person feel like they have to act white in that relationship.
Do you feel that way?
Obviously, there's historical implications to this. Interracial relationships is very taboo just because of like the history in this nation, particularly all of the issues around race. Also, the propaganda connected to interracial relationships online is so disgusting. It is so problematic. Any of you guys who have been following me know that I have done a ton of content against swirler and divesting propaganda because a lot of it is dangerous. So I think there's probably some people who are responding to the raccooning, but basically the open raccooning that has oftentimes been promoted in swirling. And honestly, I think people in healthy interracial relationships who aren't doing that stuff have to come out and start calling it out and saying, we do not rock with that. Like, that is not what this is about. That's not what this is. Like, I think more people who are in that probably have to stand up and start calling that foolishness out. Otherwise, people are going to start just clumping them all in the same category. Okay, let's continue.
Be honest, I'll be honest.
Be honest.
So, like, I grew up in a predominantly white school, so I know how to code switch very well. If you don't know what code switching is, just research it. Quick Google search. There's a bunch of videos of people doing it. So, yeah, I know how to code switch very well. So when I got with him, now before I got with Eric, I wasn't code switching with him, around him, none of that. But when I got with him, I was like, okay, so he's used to like white women. So now I have to like I have to be a little different now. I have to like tone myself down.
But I never asked you to do that.
Never asked me that.
Okay, I appreciate her being honest about that. You know, now she's saying she grew up in a predominantly white environment. She's dating white guys. She's dating men of other races. Like, that's to be expected, or that's a lot more common. Honestly, when a person grows up in an environment where it's predominantly white, that's not surprising at all. Now, it's interesting she's saying that she felt the pressure to try to be what she wasn't. She automatically felt that. It's not surprising. Like, it's not surprising to know why. We don't even have to go into a dissertation or look up studies to try to figure out. We already know why she felt that pressure, okay? But yeah, she admitted it. Let's continue.
You actually did. I didn't want that.
No. And you let me know that one day. You were like, hey, I want you to be Brittany. I want a Black woman. I want you to be Black. Like, you don't have to feel like you have to be anything other than yourself. I love you. I want you to act like you. I want you to wear your hair like you. I want you to dress like you. I want you to wear your nails you.
So that's interesting. So she's dating a white guy and she's automatically feeling it's so quick. So, and she may not even been conscious of it, or maybe she was, I don't know. But she's feeling this pressure to try to assimilate. And look, we've seen this before with different celebrities. Some of us seen this with celebrities online where it's like before they're white men and then after the white men. And it's like, is her skin lighter? Like, why is she always wearing blonde hair? Like, is she, you know? So some of y'all may have noticed with people that you know, there is something true about that. Like, there are times when Black people feel that in order to be in relationship with somebody of another race, they can't fully be themselves. And that's because historically Blackness and whiteness have been antagonistic. Like, there's no way around that. Like, if we understand the history and if we understand that whiteness and Blackness in America and the West has social and political implications, like, we're not talking about ethnicity. We're not talking about you're Nigerian, okay, you're Scandinavian. You know, you're talking about what whiteness means when you put on an application, right? You getting a callback versus you not getting a callback. You having access to loans, you having access to certain programs, you being denied loan, you being denied certain programs, you being denied privileges. Like, that's what whiteness and Blackness meant. So of course, when people get in relationships now, like, sometimes those things are still very real. Like, some of those experiences are very recent, and some of those things even today are happening. What she's saying is, I think, really honest. Like, I feel like these are part of the things that people have to navigate when they are coming together. Maybe not every single time, but it's a real honest thing because of what it means to be in America in 2025. This is not a post-racial society. Race is still very much a determining factor, especially now. In my opinion, I think there's oftentimes trying to flame racial tensions instead of trying to alleviate or address them. Let's continue.
Love your long nails. Big hair. Yeah, I love all of that, and I want you to be that. And that was so freeing for me. Like, oh, wait, yeah, like he's not expecting me to be anything else. Like, I was wrong in my assumption. It was absolutely an assumption that I had to be anything other than myself. And he nipped that in the bud fast. So, thank you for that.
You're welcome, babe.
So, yeah, I just want to debunk that myth.
If you're in a relationship with anybody, whether it's somebody of a different race or whether it's somebody in your same race, you want to be able to be yourself.
Be with somebody, you could be yourself.
Yeah, you want to be able to express your own personality and have your own thoughts and opinions and have that stuff celebrated, right? So you don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like the other person is mandating that you be somebody that you're not, somebody that the Lord didn't create you to be. So all of that to say, I fell in love with you and I wanted you.
You wanted me.
Yeah, I didn't fall in love with you to change you. I fell in love with you because I wanted to be with you. Period.
Be with you too.
Period.
Period.
So yeah, so maybe, I don't know if there's anybody out there who looks at some interracial couples with a side eye because you're like, if it's a black woman with a white man, you're like, she's probably trying to be white, or he's trying to make her white, or even vice versa, right? I mean, you find that like, that white guy, he's trying to be black, or, however it goes, whatever it is. That's not always the case.
Yeah, totally.
And so with us, I think we're just who we are. I'm glad you're you. That's who I wanted you to be. It's just you.
Period.
Brown nose.
I'm doing better with that. I got a better powder.
Girl, I didn't ask you to do that.
Okay, so yeah, they talked about a real dynamic that would happen today. They are addressing a real dynamic that would happen today. And as I mentioned before, I think more couples who are just loving each other and are not going out of the way to try to hate on other communities or just promote all kind of weirdness should start to come out and talk against and speak against a lot of the propaganda, because there is so much associated with it. And after a while, people just start lumping everybody in the same category. And I don't think that's fair. Like I said, I have close friends of mine who are in interracial relationships who have beautiful lives. They go through challenges just like any family, just like any couple. They have their own things to work out. I mean, of course, race or different ethnicities, that can bring in its own set of issues, but they're still happy, right? So I know it can work and be successful, but I'm just saying, like, we got to be honest about what that is going to mean in 2025. And a lot of times what I see being promoted in media is not honest. In my opinion, it is a specific agenda to try to drive propaganda, much of it which is anti-Black, much of it which is just anti-family too, and just overall weird. So those are my thoughts, y'all. But what do you think? Do you agree to disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.